You're such an asshole.
All right, for one of the rare times I actually started close to the schedules. I did have stuff to do, so I was running errands. See all the comments in there. Robert writes, "Good afternoon, Aaron. I was listening to your episode, Why 1 in 4 Children Cut Off American Parents, and you said something that stuck with me. Quote, what if everyone was like the communist dream come true? They were just birthers. They brought me into the world and the state raised me. My real family was school and college and the internet and media, and mom and dad were entities to provide food, clothing, and shelter until they broke up, whatever as they do. Unfortunately, we have a window into this now. NPR did a limited study of 1,100 submissions from 19 to 40-year-olds about the economy and politics. And if I could boil it down to 3 questions from the ones that NPR posted as prototypical of the responses, they are: 1, what do you mean no one's coming to save me from my bad choices? 2, what do you mean I can't live the same standard of living my parents did? And 3, what do you mean politicians actually make things worse? And then I looked into the 3 people who wrote this article. It wasn't really an article, it was more like they just quoted Twitter posts from that's really what it is. You did a limited study of 1,100 submissions, right? And if I think 2 of them are academic, no, one's an academic hack, some nobody with his degree in media studies, so fuck you. And then 2 journalist hacks who are just children. I don't mean because they're young, but they're adults biologically, but mentally they're just children. It's typical NPR. NPR, if you guys didn't know, is left-wing propaganda. That's it. It's not national public radio. It's not like where they say, oh, we should have the government should have a radio station in case we need to broadcast important things like, oh, the Russians are attacking or there's been an earthquake and all. No, it's just like every other fucking nonprofit, every other fucking government agency becomes self-serving. Although you guys have been cut off now. It's trash. It's absolute trash. It's lies. It's not my opinion, it is. And you just looked at these smug fucking assholes who were like, get the fuck out of here. Oh no, young stupid people brainwashed to do stupid things, to make stupid choices, have bad outcomes. Whose advice did they follow? I'm still waiting for you millennials to answer me that. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Whose advice did you follow, millennials? Oh, almost exclusively Democrats. Teachers and professors and media. Remember Jon Stewart? He was the funny, edgy one. He was so cool. Who's the guy that stuck the world's largest strap on right up your guys' asshole? What was the guy? Oh, yeah, the President Obama. Remember how you had to set reservations to suck that guy's dick? Here you are. So now NPR ironically surveyed the people that were raised on a pure diet of NPR schlock, leftist schlock. Oh my God. The things the socialists and the Democrats and the media and the communists told me didn't happen. I was supposed to make my 6 figures and change the world and kill all the white men. I mean, I'm help out different people. Oh my God, I'm slinging coffee and I have 70,000 in student loan. Oh my God. We voted for the free shitsy, though admittedly under Trump and Obama. And now there's like the inflations. I can't have earned me good. And you pull these fucking they're not idiots. I feel they're victims in a very real way. You guys lied to them about the rules of life. There's the real rules of life, and then there's Democrat leftist utopian bullshit, which is sit on your ass and blame other people. As evidenced this past week by what is it? How many grown-ass adults in America saying, I can't feed myself. Everybody else feed me. But it's more like Jabba the Hutt. Ooga waka haka Han Solo. I need EBT card. So NPR, with modern day zillennial overeducated propagandist fuckwits, are going to pull the Frankenstein monsters they created and find out, oh my God, let me guess, the solution. You know how it's a lie? Let me explain. I'm going to break it down to brass tacks for you young people because these are adults now and are in charge. Do you know when an adult is lying to you? When they always require more of your money. The solution is just more money. More money, please, more money. I would say this is the result of our best attempt at a communist dream come true. And while my generation, the millennials, are learning this lesson in their 30s and 40s, that's a real good way of putting how the millennials were treated. I put that in in How Not to Become a Millennial. I think chapter 1 is the world's largest sociological experiment. And it was to get you guys to try communism in the United States. Not expressly in economic terms, but definitely in terms of every other factor of society. And you're slowly realizing you've been lied to, but you just will not give up your false god of socialism. You will not give it up, no matter how much it hurts you. Stop doing heroin. But it's all I got. You could have more if you stop doing heroin. Which arguably means it's too late for most of us. It is. I mean, it's never too late. You still have half your life left over to live. But the young, youthful days, I mean, especially for women, you're not going to have kids. You're not going to be a stay-at-home wife. You're not going to find a hot man that wants to fuck you, if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, it's kind of, there are some things there are opportunities that are forever gone. Yes. But your life is not over. Gen Z seems to be learning these lessons in their teens and 20s. Yes, they are learning, and they're much more ahead of the curve than every other fuckwit that came before them. Gen Z is not going to college and, oh, bro, just get your master's, bro. Now your PhD. Oh, sorry, outsourced to India, bro. Sorry, AI, bro. But many don't seem to want to pay the piper for the bad decisions that they made so far. Nobody. That's not just Gen Z. That's every American alive today. What, the boomers all like, hey, you know what? I really ought to get rid of my 3 houses and make good on my debts here. The boomers, where I still think at least half of them don't have enough money for retirement. Or even acknowledge the responsibility for their own lives and lifestyles. Well, it's just perpetual childhood. You remember when you were like a senior in high school, like, well, this is it. Last year I don't have to work. Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. It's like death. Some people don't fear death because they've never died before. So they don't realize what a dangerous position they're in until like legit come close to death. Like, oh shit. It's the same thing. I would say the majority of American adults alive today don't know what it's like to be an adult because they've just constantly avoided supporting themselves. They constantly wanted to be a child, and they don't know any better because they've never actually had to fully support themselves. From 0 to 18, and then 18 to whatever age they are now, borrowing money, living off of student loans, not paying shit back, getting credit cards. Yeah, so I think a lot of them are consciously and unconsciously naive about, yeah, you got to work. Yeah, you got to eat. No, the electricity does not create itself. We need linemen to do that and electricians. And then you should do something as well to get compensated. Otherwise, we don't have shit in this economy. And you got to hand it to NPR and Democrats and socialists and other pathetic, parasitic vermin of this society. Man, you convinced so many adults way late into their age to just have a life of parasitism. They didn't have to work. It's amazing. The best comment they posted by far in the list was, I have finally secured a job that I absolutely love, that I feel so much passion for, but it doesn't allow me to pay the bills. So I feel like my passion for it is dying too. A 29-year-old from Glen Falls, New York. Yeah, okay. All right. I know. Where was sense, empiricism, and reality ever introduced to these people's lives? Isn't it just all lies all the time, right? The Democrats control the media, both the public media and the private media. That includes not only the news, but then also the entertainment and all that. This is what happens when you raise 3 generations on pure, you don't have to work for a living, and those rat bastards over there are taking your money. They're preventing you from becoming the most amazing person you are. And follow your heart and the money will follow. All this childish horse shit that the adults lied to previous 3 generations of people before. And you're surprised the 29-year-old with some fucking worthless degree. I finally got my job, but it doesn't pay a lot. What is this new? This is new? The article is below and relatively short, as they are mostly just posting some highlighted submissions, right, for propagandist pieces or purposes. I'd like a video response if you have the time. So this was titled, "The American Dream Feels Impossible for Many Young Voters," because they followed NPR advice. Ladies and young people, listen to me. I don't care that it's national public radio or somehow endorsed by the government or your teachers. Say the adults in your lives don't know shit. If you want to go get my book, How Not to Become a Millennial, because that is the biggest failure in American history. And we failed the millennials. How did we do that? By lying to them. By being Oprah. It's all puppy flowers and cake and no broccoli and no working out. You're all what, like, Jesus Christ. You all have inherent perfection and value, and you are entitled to sit on your ass with your thumb up it and major in journalism. Elena Moore, Rahul Mukherjee, and Anusha Mathur. All of you go fuck yourselves. None of you have real jobs. Shut the fuck up. Really, shut the fuck up. I know you're not, because you got nothing else to do. You don't have like a real skill, like a mechanic or an accountant or a doctor. You just white collar panhandler. More money, please. More money, please. More money, please. And it's just another grain of sand in the beach of sand in the desert of leftist propagandist horseshit. For many young voters, the future doesn't feel quite so bright. When has it? Gen Z and millennial Americans are feeling increasingly demoralized about their economic prospects, and some say their concerns have gone unaddressed by elected officials. Well, right. What have you Democrats done to like lower taxes so they can afford it? What have you Democrats done to say, wow, we got to stop having these kids go to these universities that are overpriced and give them worthless college degrees? What have you Democrats done to change the K through 12 education system? Like, well, here's some financial planning courses. No. We got to have like, men can have periods. Did you know? Here's your pronoun class. I'd like to learn about 401ks and IRAs. Shut up, fascist. You want to sleep with me? There's your public school teachers. Unaddressed by elected officials. Yeah, you're right. How long have you controlled black neighborhoods and communities and towns? Did you go in there and ever teach them about, well, here's the trade skills, and maybe you want to think about working in the railroads and don't commit crime? Or it's like, white people suck, Republicans bad. Here, burn some shit. Yeah, go. I don't know why they're poor. Fuck. The Democrats, you're right. Democrats are doing a shitty job for the constituents. Holy shit. In communities of all kinds, voters in their 20s and 30s are confronting a financial reality of rising costs, mounting debt, and minimum wage growth. But how is this changing their political views? Well, they're already leftist, right? You made sure of that. It's a question NPR put to readers, received more than 1,100 submissions from across the political spectrum from almost every state in the United States, because we are fake people without real jobs. Many described a similar reality, one where economic worries loom large over their everyday lives and erode their faith and ability of those in power. Taken together, the responses paint a portrait of a generation of voters discouraged by what they see in Washington who increasingly feel they have no political home. The Republican Party will take you. You just got to vote for lower taxes, no illegal immigration, what else? No crime. Getting rid of worthless college degrees. We need more tradespeople, right? You're all fascist. Okay. Just enjoy being poor. It is important to note that the responses are not from a representative sample of all young voters. Oh, so you just, never mind, of course. But what readers shared helps highlight a steep challenge facing Democrats and Republicans alike as they work to win over these voters. Okay, here's an idea. Stop lying to children or young people. Stop saddling with debt, Democrats. The first thing you could do, Democrats, is stop fucking over your client, your customer base. Stop undermining wages by letting a bunch of illegal aliens in. Stop saddling these poor kids with debt for worthless college degrees. Republicans, I think now is your time to maybe take a cue from Donald Trump and be blunt and honest and point out just what villainous fucking lying scum Democrats are for people who are not traditionally your voting base, young people and poor people. I mean, I be running all the time. Exactly what have the Democrats done for whatever? People in Baltimore, people in Detroit, people in Chicago. What have they done? Nah. Is important who are collectively expected to make up more than half the electorate in 2028. Here's a snapshot of what the readers shared. Most young voters are united in disappointment. Many young Americans feel a collective sense of disillusionment in the political system, and respondents told NPR that their financial struggles are exacerbating that pain. Oh, you mean by student loan debt for worthless college degrees? 60% of the classes you had to take was only to employ worthless Democrat fucking professors for your prereqs? Okay, let me know where your money went. It's not evil Republicans in the Senate that have your money. It's leftist college professors and college admin. Gee, I wonder why you're having financial troubles. Recent polling seems to underscore the frustrations many shared with NPR. Was this written by AI? Because you sure the fuck aren't getting to the point. Just a fraction of young voters feel confident in government institutions, less than 2 in 10 of those 18 to 29-year-olds saying they trust the federal government to do the right thing most or all the time. Cool, then we should defund it, right? According to the latest Harvard youth poll, Harvard, from this spring, similarly, 16% of those under 30 believe democracy is working well for them. Well, you can have a dictatorship. I don't care how bad that's working for you. You don't want democracy? What would you replace it with then? I mean, other people won't just willingly give you their money so you could play make-believe intellectual on your 4-year party masked as a college degree? Eric Stayhar, 33, New York. The sad truth is I can't think of a single politician whom I trust. Not one. Maggie Crow, 30, Denver. No politician is particularly inspiring to me when it comes to my economic concerns. What bothers me the most is I'm not particularly young anymore. I've been struggling economically my entire early adult childhood. You followed NPR advice, which is par for the course in many ways, but I'm increasingly nervous about it. Soon I won't be a young person at all. I will have made progress. Will I have made progress by then? Did you major in bullshit thinking the money would follow? Hojing Leng, 19. Here's a younger guy. Pocatello, Idaho. I believe Oh, good. A 19-year-old. I believe politicians are too out of touch with the younger generation to either ignore our needs and demands. Oh, you're demanding. Oh, that's cute. Or straight up deny them. I find that this holds true for both political parties. Dalen Yarbrough, 26, Augusta, Georgia. Any politician who is not focusing on the affordability crisis needs to get out of the way of younger, more passionate leaders. So you're okay getting all the immigrants out of the country so there's frees up housing, and you're okay if we stop funding college degrees and programs and we push people towards the trades. So you're going to vote Republican this time, hmm? I'm tired of status quo, trust the process politics. This country is getting harder and harder for ordinary people to survive in. Anton Filatov, Philadelphia, 38. I'm a naturalized immigrant. And okay, thank you for following the rules. By most objective measures, I've achieved the American dream, but it all feels like it's built on quicksand. There's no sense of stability or security, especially not when looking at the economic outlook changes daily based on the whims of one man. You know, you're right on both the Democrats and Republicans. They did print off a lot of money, didn't they? Tiffany Tabiai, Edmund, Oklahoma, I feel like we are forgotten. The Democrats try to appease the far left. The Republicans try to appease the far right. No, there's not a far right. Okay. There is like idiot Nazi parties and fascist parties, I'm sure. but the far right of it's just like, hey, we're cutting taxes back to 10%, get rid of the welfare state. Meanwhile, a lot of us are stuck here in the middle. Dude, this is so no offense to Rob who wrote this, and this has been going on forever. It was all like, oh, not Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, the middle class. There was a recession in the early 90s. It's just normal, everyday, affordable people can't afford shit. Vote for me. I play the saxophone. I can have sex with other women that are not my wife, but it's okay because I'm a Democrat. Who's going to help us? You're going to help yourself, Tiffany. I want to know what the degrees are in. Derek Rogalski, Coos Bay, Oregon. I live in a rural coastal community that has been hurting and in need of industry to drive economic growth. But did you vote Democrat? Because Oregon just gets rid of industry. Because you're really white women. The liberal super white women of Portland need no industry. They want to destroy it all. You don't want to make them upset, do you? Nobody's planning a future for my young kids that is better than the present or investing my hard-earned tax dollars in useful ways. Other people are supposed to do that. Their lives are on hold, and for some indefinitely. Young people shared that as one of the biggest drivers feeding their into the sense of political frustration is the struggle to get ahead financially, just stay afloat. When asked what economic success looks like for them, respondents didn't want lavish mansions or high-priced sports cars. Instead, their ambitions were more modest, often centering on the need for financial stability. I wonder if we stop forking over one in every four of our dollars to the welfare state, if you'd have more money and could afford things. Oh, no, don't make the people feed themselves. Yet even that felt out of reach for many. Young Americans said goals like owning a home, starting a family, pursuing a dream job increasingly feel like a luxury rather than an achievable milestone. Did you major? Did you study how to fix cars? Can you do carpentry and repair? Or are you part of the problem, majoring in English? Thank God they got that English factory down the road. We're sure in desperate need of English. I want some insufferable 25-year-old bitch lecturing me about dangling participles. That'll solve the poverty crisis. Young Americans said goals like owning a home, starting a family, or pursuing a dream job are luxury. Financial concerns are forcing them to reframe what's possible and sometimes choose one goal over another. Chad Thurman, 35. My biggest hope and dream is to purchase some land, build a few tiny homes for me and some of my family members, tend a large garden, a few animals, and get my PhD. PhD in what, man? These dreams are literally laughably impossible right now. Yeah, it sucks when you got to pay for your own shit, huh? Caitlin Robinson, 28, getting married. We can't even afford rings, let alone anything else that may come with a wedding. What about love? Love is free, you know. Buying any property. I don't have an income that allows me to save up the value of a down payment, nor do I have anyone who can provide that kind of help. I want to know what they all majored in. It's what I want to know. Jessica Ritchie, 38, economic success means being able to ever retire to afford to have a kid, to go to the grocery store and not to look at the price tag before deciding, never trying to walk off a new mysterious pain because access to healthcare is cost prohibitive. It does not feel within reach. Jessica, are you fat? And what did you major in? Did you really believe in the economic orc cloud, that there's this other group of people that make all this shit and all you people get to do is play La La Poopy Land, PBS, Happy Street, Sesame Street, NPR world, where we're all just sitting there sipping espresso and being activists? Where do you think the goods and services come from? Guarantee you not a single one of these people is an accountant or an engineer or a car or something. Charlie, I would love to travel to other countries, consider grad school, or buy a better car. Not only are all these pursuits, well, I could probably look them up. Charlie Best, that's a unique name. Charlie, if I look you up. Oh, Charlie Best. Charlie Best. That's Charlie Best, Providence, Rhode Island. I'm a member and former substitute teacher. Is this you, man? I'm a community member, former substitute teacher. I deeply care about these bills. I work with several multilingual Okay, Charlie. So you're just a you're an education major. Is that it? Was that it? You're an education major. You didn't want to ever work a job in your life. I'm going to help the children. I hope Gen Z is realizing what adult children these people are. You want go read this article, go Google stalk these people. Don't bother them, but just look them up and find out what they're LinkedIn. You're not going to see any serious work here. We dreamed of Dax Thomas. We dreamed of building a life that included owning a home, raising a family, and traveling. Now the idea of simply buying a home feels like the pinnacle of possibility, while starting a family seems unrealistic, and travel feels like something that might only be possible in retirement. Kyle Naden, we just paid off all our debt, and now I finally feel like we can chase a house. We have one kid, and it's sometimes disappointing we don't have the house already. We budget it. Why'd you have the kid before the house? I'm going to just read that. I don't have time to read whining and complaining. Their life goals are on hold, some indefinitely. Financial roadblocks standing in the way. The fact I'm thousands of dollars in student loan debt has debilitated me from moving on my parents' house. I make more than minimum. I still can't find I cannot imagine having a child to raise it. Finally secured a job. Here's Devon Ball. But it doesn't pay. So I feel like my passion for it is dying too. Recently started a new job, making cost of child care. I'm done. I can't read all these. It's just one. What was the final? Despite losing faith in most politicians, populism resonates. No, just free shit. I'm not even going to bother reading these. Just free shit. Young people have a choice, and it's a hard one to make. You have every adult in your life, from authoritative institutions like schools and colleges and media, telling you the exact same advice they gave all these people who have lives that suck. Telling you the feel-good bullshit, basically the lie that you don't have to work for a living. And if you do work, it could be something fun and joyful, and you're entitled. And look where it gets everybody. If you follow NPR life advice, you will have NPR results. Poverty. You will also be mentally pained, because being poor sucks. I was poor once. It sucks. It's mentally taxing. Also, deprivation of sleep, deprivation of food. Or you can listen to those stodgy, the people with the money. You know those people you're told to hate? Yeah, the ones with the money. Crazy idea. Instead of listening to fucking no-name panhandlers who are not wealthy and need constant government handouts to get by, all right, who are not rich, happy, or wealthy, maybe you should listen to the wealthy people and say, wait, what should I do now? This is not an endorsement to vote Republican, although you may want to think about it. But maybe instead of hating rich people, you should ask them, how'd you get there? What do I got to do to get there? And then instead of living until you're 48, answering some NPR fucking survey, I don't have money. You're like, no, I majored in engineering. I saved my money, and I bought a modest home, and things are going all right. I wrote this 6 years ago. Go get my book, How Not to Become a Millennial. It takes everything that predominantly leftists, but not exclusively, all the lies told to the millennials are currently being told to you young Gen Zers now. It took all the lies that society told the millennials, shows why they're lies, and shows exactly where it got the millennials on finances, love, romance, kids, investments, property, whatever, all of it. All of it. I don't know how much clearer it can be that you shouldn't be listening to academic hacks who don't work real jobs and don't support themselves, and they only know bitch and whine and protest for other people's money. I don't know how much clearer it can be that left-wing politics are by their nature parasitic and unsustainable. And if you're going to be a parasite and require the money of, think about that. You just had a bunch of adults shit their fucking pants because SNAP benefits were going to be ended or scaled back. Dude, you know one of the number one things I made sure I had beyond housing was food. You have, these are the same adults trying to give you life advice are the ones that can't fucking feed themselves. And groceries are dirt cheap in the United States compared to other nations. I know inflation has gone up. I don't know. Do you want to listen to the fat, ugly Whoopi Goldberg? Do you want to be like, she got millions of dollars. Do you want to be like her anyway? Or do you want to be like, I don't know, the guy's got a boat and goes fishing and enjoys life and votes Republican? Oh my God. Oh. Spazitron McGee. New guy, 20 generous dollars. Thank you very much. Watching Cappy on airplane Wi-Fi to pass the time from Berlin to Chicago. Life is good. Oh, do you get it up there? I'm surprised that technology exists. You can get it up there. I'm glad we could entertain you. What is that? A 10-hour flight? Not a short flight. Lord Scrumptious, $5. Maggie Thatcher was UK's first woman president white, so USA felt we needed the first black male president. Obama, elite popularity rules. That this bullshit where we are obsessed about Sandra Day O'Connor. Oh, was she the first female court justice? That shit has got to end. There's a big lie that the Democrats told you. It's not. It's the exact opposite of what Martin Luther King said. Content of character, not the color of their skin. You should judge people by who they are, not how they were born. It's the complete opposite with the Democrats. I don't know how many other Delta airplanes need to fly upside down, but, you know. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field. I applied to the Troops to Transportation CDL school and just had the first phone screening phone call. Troops to Transportation. Oh, you be an instructor. Oh, you confused me. I'm like, but you're already a truck driver, Alex. I just had the first phone screening phone call, just waiting for an email for the next step. Yay, Alex might just get to be an instructor. Well, look at you, Alex. Look at you go. That'd be a nice little supplement to your truck driving income. Dinoside, 13, Kettlebell Crusader, $10. I was flunked out of college in 2016 for disagreeing with NPR about sexism and feminism and an essay. I'm much better off working septic now. Oh, you're making way more money. And you have no debt. No debt. How did you get kicked out? Did you flunk out? Did they give you a bad grade because you weren't a communist Marxist piece of shit? All right, there you guys go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. How not to become a millennial. Link below. We'll see you guys later.